Good morning. I'm Rex with Carpentry Plus, and I am starting a batch of mitered cabinet doors. And I thought I'd take you guys through the process, or at least try to. So I am starting with prepared 3/4 by 2.5 inch stock. I prepared all this stuff last week when I was cutting some other stuff. It's all been planed. It's all S4S, and uh, and then we'll start at the miter saw. Start cutting. Here we've got our cut list all written out and ready to go. And here we're cutting all of our parts, mitered on both ends. It's a good idea before you get started to do some testing with your saw to make sure it's good and dialed in. It'll definitely save you some headaches down the road. With all of our pieces cut to length, we're over the table saw cutting the grooves for the panels. Here I think we're making 2 passes with a full kerf blade to get our thickness for the plywood panels. Switching gears from the frames and getting our panels all cut and prepared. Okay, so now we're getting into the good stuff. We're using a double biscuit method to join these miters. We'll get into the gluing later. I've been doing this woodworking gig longer than the domino's been around, so the biscuit joiner is my go-to for this kind of stuff. A domino would work as well. Okay, now for the glue up, the important thing here is to be really generous with the glue. Get your miter slots filled up, get it all brushed around. You want to also make sure the full complete miter surface is coated with glue. See, I've got some paper down because we're going to make a mess. We want to just kind of have too much glue, get our joints together to make sure we've got full glue squeeze out to get the best results here. And we're going right into assembly here. Drop our panel in. Start fitting our frame pieces together. For these miter doors, these band clamps are pretty helpful. Get everything lined up. Start cinching it up. I like to place a spacer under the door. The band clamps are a little wider than the frame, so to keep that band clamp centered on the door, so it applies even pressure. I find if I space it up about a 1/4 inch, it works pretty well. A little extra work here to get it lined up. We're ready to tighten it down. Okay, so I have 4 doors in clamps. I only have 4 of these clamps, these band clamps. So I work in batches. I like to give each set an hour in clamps. And so while I'm waiting for that set to dry or to have their hour, I'll go back and do the biscuit slots in the next set and sand the panel and any other prep work I need to do. It's just a way I found to kind of keep things going. I don't have downtime in between clamping, and I'm not standing at the biscuit joiner for 2 hours at one time in the beginning. All right, now I'm set up here to cut the biscuits in the last set of 4 doors out of this set of 16 doors for this big laundry room built-in we got going on. And here we have 16 mitered doors and drawer fronts stacked up, all for this large laundry room built in. At this point, these doors are ready to be sanded. However, I will give these at least 24 hours before I sand them. Okay, now with all the doors sanded, we sanded to 120 and then sanded everything to 150. I'm ready to ease the edges, and I like to use an 1/8 inch round over, and I don't set that to full depth, so it's really not quite a full 1/8 of an inch even. Just knocking that corner off. I think it makes the door wear a little better. That sharp corner, that crisp corner is a little bit brittle, and the round over is helps with that. And I recently. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's my process. Little detail sanding, and they're just about ready for finish. So thanks for watching.